A great day to everyone. I am Kiara Sudin and I'm with my co-members Cyril Somo, Alin Joey Samson, and Riza May Tingkoy. So for today's presentation, we will discuss the last lesson of the module in Purposive Communication. Our topic is position paper and research-based documented essay. So let's start with position paper. Position paper. The position paper aims to generate support on an issue. It describes the author's or organization's position on an issue and the rationale for the position. It is based on facts that provide a solid foundation for the author's argument. In addition, a position paper presents an arguable opinion about an issue. The goal of a position paper is to convince the audience that your opinion is valid and worth listening to. Ideas that you are considering need to be carefully examined in choosing a topic, developing your argument, and organizing your paper. So there's a guideline in writing a position paper. The position paper should begin with introductory paragraphs that introduce your readers to the problem or question you are addressing to, lay out the thesis statement or main position, and provide readers with a roadmap and how you will defend your thesis in the introduction. You may likewise present a general background information or provide your own motivation for writing. The roadmap, like what I said recently, is an essay you track its argument for the beginning of the position paper to the end, paragraph by paragraph, in order to produce a condensed version of the argument. Also, there's a clever hook, identified issue, and author's position in the guidelines in writing a position paper. First, the clever hook. A hook is an opening statement, which is usually the first sentence, is an essay that attempts to grab the reader's attention so that they want to read on. It can be done by using a few different types of hooks, which are question, quote, statistic, or anecdote. Second, the identified issue. In writing the identified issue in your introductory paragraph, you're going to carefully outline the problem. And last, the author's position is an argument a writer will aim to persuade the reader to share their position on an issue. So let's proceed to the three parts in writing of position paper, which is introduction, body, and conclusion. First, the introduction. The introductory part aims to attract the reader's attention to the covered subject matter. Ideally, you should begin with several opening sentences about a specific issue to hook the reader. For example, you will provide a key term or keywords for your readers to get hooked or get interest in reading your position paper. Second, the body. The body involves background information, evidence, in your opinion, and analysis of both sides of the subject matter. The main point is to address both aspects of the argument. That way, you will show the reader that you are objective in your statement. In addition, a well-organized body, the body of the paper, follows the introduction. It is the nerve center of the paper, where you develop your thesis and defend it with detailed evidences. The structure of the body should follow the roadmap that you have provided in the introduction. And lastly, the conclusion. In the conclusion part, you need to restate the key points of your position paper without adding any new. Depending on your topic, it makes sense to suggest a solution to the problem. In addition, to have strong conclusion, the last component of your position paper is the conclusion. Here, you should restate the main ideas by summarize the main concept or key arguments of your position paper and reinforce it without repeating or rewording the introduction or body of your position paper. Draw a conclusion based on the information and include suggested courses of the action and possible solution or recommendation of your position paper. And in addition, the position paper commonly used by political campaigns and government organizations. So that's all for the position paper. Let's proceed to the research-based documented essay.
Okay. My topic for today is about research-based documented essay. So, we discuss about research-based documented essay. The research-based documented essay is a piece of writing in which the authors incorporate information such as fact, argument, and opinions taken from writings authorized in the particular field. It helps you to organize your notes and data. It is also adds ability to your school and make it easier to share your opinions that you're written. For example of argumented essay is all about what we call this a simple essay, parang ano yung sabi na essay, documented essay, and college essay writing and reflection.
Guidelines in writing a research-based documented paper essay. The paper should begin with the introductory paragraph that introduces your readers to the problem or question. You are addressing layout the thesis statement and provide them a roadmap on how you will define your thesis in the introduction. You may likewise present a general background information or provide your own motivation for writing. The clever hook. The introduction should start with 2 paragraphs, writing in a way that catches your reader's attention. This part will not only identify the subject of the paper, but it will likewise make the readers want to learn more about the subject. The identified issue. This 3rd paragraph of the introduction should show the main issue of the paper. Here you give the highlight and interpretation of fact. The author's position. The introduction should end with the solid thesis statement that expresses your position on the topic. The thesis statement essentially serves as mini outline for the paper. It helps you to assert or articulate your ideas and help readers understand the purpose of the paper.
Good day everyone, I am Riza Martinkoy. Today I will be discussing about 3 parts of research-based documented essay: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. First is the introduction. A clear introduction. The paper should begin with introductory paragraphs that introduce your readers to the problem or question you are addressing, lay out the thesis statement, and provide them a roadmap on how you will defend your thesis in the introduction. You may likewise present a general background information or provide your own motivation for writing. In introduction, it should be begin by providing your reader a general understanding of the overall topic. The middle of the introduction should narrow down the topic so your reader understands the relevance of the topic and what you plan to accomplish in your paper. For example, the red highlights is the topic's sentences and the blue one is the outline sentences and the green one is the thesis. Next is the body. In writing the body, you should take into consideration the main defenses that you need to make into order to substantiate your thesis and should think about what order makes the most sense. For example, the red one is the topic and the light blue one, the body or the context, and the last one is the dark blue color called the thesis statement. A strong conclusion. The last component of the paper is the conclusion. Here you should restate the main ideas, summarize the main concept or key arguments of the paper and reinforce it without repeating or rewording the introduction or body of the paper. Draw a conclusion based on the information and include suggested courses of action and possible solutions or recommendations. For example, the blue one is to remind the reader. Next, the summary, the green highlights. Lastly, the red one, the prediction or the solution. First argument, second, and third. First piece of evidence presents a synthesis and identifies the gaps in the writings of authorities in specific field extracted from a scholarly source. Statistical data, interviews with experts, and indisputable dates or events. Second piece of evidence presents a synthesis and identifies the gaps in the writings of authorities in a specific field extracted from a scholarly source. Statistical data, interviews with experts, and indisputable dates or events. How do you start a sentence with an argument? Start with the hook or attention-getting sentence. Briefly summarize the text, states your claim. Make sure you are restating the prompt. Include a topic sentence that restates your claim and your reasons. Example, the topic sentence. Let me deal first with the positive side of smoking. And here are the supporting information. Number 1. Smoking undoubtedly helps many people to relax. Number 2. For some, it even improves their concentrations. And lastly, many people like to smoke before exams or even they are relaxing with friends. And that's all for my topic. Thank you.
The following instructor is typical of a good research-based documented essay. Counter-argument. Counter-argument is an argument that is issued in response to someone else's argument to show that the original claim is somehow incorrect. And the meaning is should help you to refine your own argument, clarify the relevant issue in your perspective. The example of this counter argument is people may rightly argue that if smoking in campus is not legal, then it should be fermented.